We are starting with more questions on composite shapes. What do we mean by composite shapes? It could be a combination of at least two 3D objects. Again, our focus is on paper 2 questions. And let's look at this question. Now, first of all, get your calculators ready. The question says the value of pi, let me underline it. The value of pi is 3.142 correct to 3 decimal places, or let me correct it more. This is 4 significant figures. So that the final answer that we get, that is given correct to 3 significant figures. Now, what does the question say? The question says, a water tank shown in diagram 1. So this is a water tank that is shown in diagram 1. And let me just shade few of the things that will be needed over here. So this is the water tank, and it's shown in diagram 1. And it's a circular cylinder of radius 24 and height 125. So radius is 24 and height is 125. It is open at one end. So this end, the blue end, this is open. And yes, there is another end. Definitely that end is closed. So let me just highlight this. This is the closed end over here. And both ends are a circle. That's the shape. And then it says it's open at one end and full of water. And then it says calculate the volume in liters of the water in the tank. So we need a conversion over here. That conversion is 1000 centimeter cube equals to 1 liter. And then we need the total area in square meters. So we need this curved surface area also. Let me highlight this. So we need this curved surface area that goes like this all the way over here. And we need to use this curved surface area. And definitely there is a formula that we will be using. And then we have to just find this total area of the outside of the open tank. That will be the purple area. And that will be the green area. There is no top area. So let me just remove this, and let's remove this thing. So there is no top area. Now, first of all, let's do the calculation. The calculation is volume. I'll simply write it, and I won't use a calculator. I'll leave it for you to calculate it later. So volume of water in the tank, volume is pi r square h. I'll plug in the values. That is 3.142, and r is how much? That is 24. And this is square, and the h is 125, and then you will get this value. That's the first part. What is the total area? Total area, let me just correct this. So therefore, let me remove this thing from here, and let me remove this thing from here. And hold for a second. Yeah, this is good. And let me remove this thing. So therefore, this curved surface area, first of all, this is open, and this curved surface area, that is 2 pi r h, that's 2 into pi into r is 24 into h, which is 125. You will get this thing. And then there is the base area, that is pi r square, which is pi into 24 square. You will take these two values and add it up. You will take this value, you will take this value, you will add it up, you will get the total area. Now, what does it further say? Now we are talking about diagram 2. So now let me use blue color for diagram 2. It says diagram 2. This is green over here. Let me use orange. Diagram 2 shows a rectangular trough of length 150 centimeter, width 20 centimeter. This is 150, this is 20. The trough was completely filled with 48,000 centimeter cube of water from the tank. Calculate the depth of the trough. Now, first of all, we don't know what is the water level. Maybe the water level is up till here. So that is like this. And maybe it's not being filled up completely. Maybe it's filled up to a certain extent. And that's how the water level is there. So it's not filled up completely. Let me just highlight this. And it's to a certain level. Maybe this level over here is H. So therefore, for part B, the working is volume is length, which is 150, width, which is 20, H is the height. So this is length into width into height. This is 48,000. This is 150. This is width is 20 into H. So we will get the value of H. This, let me calculate it. So therefore, this is 48,000 divided by 150 divided by 20. Therefore, H comes out to be 16 centimeters. Just double check if everything is in centimeters, 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 centimeter cube, all is good. So part B is done. Now the question further says, after the trough has been filled, water started to leak from the tank. Now, let me just highlight this. So after the trough has been filled, water started to leak from the tank. In 2 hours and 30 minutes, it was found that 20 centimeter cube ran out of the tank. Calculate the rate at which the level of water in the tank was falling. Express your answer in centimeters per hour. Now, what exactly is this? Now we are interested in the level of water. Now, first of all, if I say 20,000 centimeter cube, this is the volume, and the dimensions remain the same. The length is 150, and the width is still 20. Let's find the new height. So therefore, 20,000 for this volume, that is 150 into 20 into H. So therefore, let me calculate H. That's 20,000 divided by 20 divided by 150. This comes out to be 6 2/3 centimeters. I'm writing it as a fraction. Now, this is the level of water which was falling in a time period of 2 hours and 30 minutes, which is 2.5 hours. We are interested in getting the answer in centimeters per hour. This is centimeter, this is R. So therefore, 6 2/3, which is 3 into 6 is 18. 18 plus 2 is 20. So that is 20 over 3 divided by 2.5. That's 5 over 2. That's 20 over 3 into 2 over 5. Let's work in fraction. 5 ones are, 5 fours are, 4 twos are 8. That's 8 over 3, or 2 2/3 centimeters per hour. That's how the water level is falling. Now, let's actually, I've done everything in one page, and I had some separate space for that. So I don't know. I just conserved the space. And let me just double check these answers. So first of all, over here, I had to convert this in liters, which I did not do. I skipped that. I did not use a calculator over here. This is 16 centimeter. Yes, and this is 4.42. So they drop by this thing. First of all, figure is 20,000 divided by 20 into 150. Now, let me just double check this thing. And this is, hold for a second. Let me just double check one thing. Calculate the level at which, calculate the rate at which the level of water in the tank was falling. 20,000 centimeter cube ran out of the tank. That means if this is 20,000 centimeter cube, this is 150 into 20. Let me double check if this working is all good. So therefore, this is 150 into 20, that is 3,000. So 20 divided by 3, that comes out to be 6 2/3. 6 2/3, this is perfect. 3 6 are 18, 18 plus 2 is 20. That's 20 over 3, that is perfect. And this is 2 hours, 30 minutes. So in hours, this is 2.5 hours. That is 5 over 2 into 2 over 5. 5 ones are, 5 fours are, 4 twos are 8. 8 over 3, that is 2/3 centimeters per hour. That is all good, all perfect. So this question is done. Now let's move to this particular question. Now let's see how many parts are there. So first of all, there is this question. We are talking about volume of a pyramid. This is 1/3 base area into height. And then we are talking about the volume of a sphere. That's 4 over 3 pi r cube. And it's about a cuboid. It's about a pyramid. It's about a sphere. It's about 2 cylinders. And then it's about a cone. Now, this is a comprehensive question, basically covering the whole of mensuration. Now, let's get started with this. It says Morph made several different objects from modeling clay. He used 5,000 centimeter cube of clay for each object. So now he made a square base cuboid of height 2 centimeter. Calculate the length of a side of a square. Now, when it says a square base cuboid, what does it mean? The volume is length into width into height. Now, this height is 2 centimeters. But since it's square based, these two lengths are exactly the same. They are same because it's a square base cuboid. So let me rewrite it. Volume is length into height. Volume is 500, that is L square into H is 2. L square is 250, therefore L comes out to be square root of 250. I have to use a calculator over here. So 250, I'm writing the square root, that comes out to be 15.811. Let me write it properly, 15.811, which comes out to be 15.8 centimeters, correct to 3 significant figures. Now let me go ahead and check the first thing. That is 15 point, they have not given the answer, they have just written the working. This is all good, all perfect. Now some of these answers are not given. They are given in the working form. You just have to use a calculator yourself. Now let's move to the next part. He made a pyramid and then a sphere. So pyramid is pink color, sphere is green color. So pyramid is pink color. Let me use it. He made a pyramid with a base area of 150. Calculate the height of the pyramid. And then sphere is green color, and we are interested in radius of the sphere. Now, first of all, let me focus on the pyramid. So this is part B. And again, we are talking about volume of the pyramid. That is 1/3. This is base area into height. Volume is 500, 1/3 remains as it is. Base area is 150, height is H. So therefore, 3 into 500 divided by 150. That equals to H. 3 ones are 3 into 50. The zeros cancel out. Therefore, H comes out to be 10 centimeters. Now, let's talk about the sphere. So part C, that is for the sphere. Volume of sphere, that is 4 over 3 pi r cube. Volume of sphere is again 500. That's 4 over 3 into pi r cube. So therefore, 3 into 500 divided by 4 into pi, 3.142. This comes out to be r cube, and then we make r the subject. That is cube root of 1500 divided by 4 into 3.142, and then you get the answer. Now let's move on. It says he wrapped clay around the curved surface of a hollow cylinder. So now let me focus on orange color. And we are wrapping clay around this thing. So therefore, this goes like this. This is wrapping of the clay around this. that goes like this. And then the thickness of the clay was 1.5. So thickness of the clay, that is 1.5, that goes like this. And what else is there? Calculate the radius of the hollow cylinder. So which one is the hollow cylinder? This thing on the outside, that is the hollow cylinder. So therefore this thing over here, that's like this. This is the hollow cylinder. Now 6 is the height. So height is 6. And let this radius be r. Therefore, radius of the other one should be r plus 1.5. And this is centimeters, this is centimeters. Calculate the radius. Now this time, what is the objective? The objective is volume of big cylinder minus volume of small cylinder. That would be the volume of the clay. Now, volume of big cylinder is pi r plus 1.5 square into h. H is 6. Volume of the small cylinder, that is pi into r square into 6 is equals to 500. I hope this is all good, all clear. Because in the beginning of the question, it says Morph made several objects from modeling clay. He used 500 for each object. So this time that clay is used on the side over here and over here and over here and over here. So let me just highlight a little bit more. So therefore, this thing is also used over here. So therefore, this is like this. And that's how it is used. And this orange thing is all the way over here. So all this goes in this. So it's volume of big cylinder minus volume of small cylinder. So what should I do now? Let me take pi common. Let me take 6 common. So this is 6 pi common. And I'm left with something on the inside equals to 500. What's on the inside? R plus 1.5 whole square, and this is r square. So r plus 1.5 whole square. This is a plus b whole square. That's r square. 2 into 1.5 into r plus 1.5 square. So this is r square plus 3r plus 1.5 square is 2.25. And this one is minus r square from here. This is here. And this equals to 500. So therefore, this r square cancels out. And then we have 3r plus 2.25. This equals to 500 divided by 6 pi. Therefore, 3r equals to 500 over 6 pi minus 2.25. 3r equals to, now I'll use the calculator. So first of all, 500 divided by 6 divided by 3.142. This comes out to be 26 point. This is 26.522 minus 2.25. Minus 2.25, this comes out to be 24.272. This is 3r, make r the subject, divide by 3. Therefore, this is 8.0907. Therefore, r is 8.09, correct to 3 significant figures. Let's double check this answer. If this is given, the whole working is given, but again, the answer is not given. Now, what is this part? Now it's about a cone. Now it says he made a cone, the same person Morph. He cut through the cone parallel to its base to obtain a small cone and a frustum. So this one over here, this one is called the cone. This shape is the cone. And what is left, that is the frustum. The blue one over here that I'm shading all the way down, that goes like this. So the blue thing is called the frustum. And let me just complete the shading like this. So let me label it. This is cone. This is frustum. The height of the small cone was 2/5 of the height of the full cone. Height of small to height of big cone. Big cone is blue plus red. That is equals to 2/5. Use the property of the volume of similar objects to calculate the volume of clay in the small cone. So if the ratio of length is 2:5, then the ratio in the small cone, so volume of small to volume of full cone, the big cone, that is 2/5, the whole thing cube. That comes out to be 8:125. This is the ratio, and that is what is written over here. Now over here, the value of R is given 8 to 8.1. I think that is the answer that we have gotten over here. So that's how these two questions are done. Now I would like you to try out this particular question. I'll just WhatsApp you so that you can try it out. Now let's look at this question. What have they given us? They have given us surface area of sphere, volume of sphere, area of the curved surface of a cone, volume of a cone. Now the question says a solid cone has a base radius of 5, height of 12. Base radius is 5. This is for the cone, and the vertical height is 12. A solid hemisphere, that's half of a sphere, has a radius of 5 centimeters. That is the hemisphere. A metal toy is formed by joining the plane faces of the cone and the hemisphere. That means the circular face that is common between the two. Show that the length of the slant edge of the cone is 13 centimeters. Calculate the surface area of the toy, the volume of the toy. So let's get started over here. That's the same question. So this is the base radius, which is 5. This is the perpendicular height, which is 12. And this green one is the slant height. It's a simple application of Pythagoras theorem. So this is L, this is 12, this is 5, this is 90. So part A, that is basic working. L square is equals to 5 square plus 12 square. This is 25. This is 144. This is some basic P1, paper 1 math. This is 169. Therefore, L is square root of 169, which is 13 centimeters. Now it's asking about the surface area of the toy. Now the surface area of the toy consists of curved surface area of the cone, and it consists of the curved surface area of a hemisphere. Now, curved surface area of a cone is pi r L. Curved surface area of a hemisphere, that is 2 pi r square. This is half of this value. Half of this value, that's 2 pi r square. So therefore, if I focus on B, part 1, therefore, the total surface area is pi r L plus 2 pi r square. Let me take pi common. Let me take r common. I'm left with L plus 2r. Now I'll insert in the values. So this is pi, which is 3.142. Actually, I'll put in pi a little bit later at the end. So let me write pi as it is. And how much is r? R is 5. How much is L? L is the slant height, that is 13. And this is 2r. So therefore, 2r is 2 times 5. So this is 5 pi. This is 13 plus 10, that is 23. 5 into 23 is 105 pi. Work very, very comfortably. At this point, plug in the value 3.142, and then you get this answer. Let's focus on the second part. That is the volume of the toy. So the volume of the toy consists of two things. The volume of cone, which is 1/3 pi r square h, and the volume of the hemisphere, which is half of 4 over 3 pi r cube. So let's add up these two. So second part, that is volume of toy. This is total surface area of toy. This is volume of toy. That is volume of cone, which is 1/3 pi r square h, and this is 2/3 pi r cube. Again, first take common. Let's take 1/3 common. Let's take pi common. Let's take r square common. You can see it for yourself. I have taken this 3 common. I have taken this pi common. I have taken r square common. So I'm left with a 2 and an r over here. And I'm left with a h over here. Always, it's a good idea to double check. So let me double check. 1/3 pi r square into h, that's this thing. And 1/3 into 2, that's 2/3. This is pi r square, r, that's 2/3 pi r cube. Make life simpler for yourself. So therefore, this is 1/3. This is pi. This is 5 square. H is the height. Height is 12 over here. And then this is 2 times r. That's 2 times 5. Therefore, this is 25 over 3 pi. This is 12 plus 10. That is 22. So let's multiply out 25 into 22. I'll be using the calculator. That's 25 into 22. That's 550. So this is 550 over 3 pi. Now I'll plug in the value 550 over 3 into 3.142 so that we have an accurate answer. 550 into 3.142 and then dividing by 3. And therefore, this is coming out to be 576.03. Therefore, let me write this thing as 576 centimeter cube, correct to 3 significant figure. Over here, 105 into 3.142. I'm working for the volume. This is 329.91 centimeters square. And therefore, this is 330 centimeters square. Again, correct to 3 significant figure. Make a habit of writing this thing. So that's the surface area. That's the volume. These two things are done. Now it says a solid metal cylinder has a radius of 1.5 meter, height of 2 meter. So now we are talking about a cylinder. So this is a cylinder and the radius is 1.5 meter and the height is 2 meter. The cylinder was melted down and all of the metal was used to make a large number of these toys. Okay, first of all, this would be talking about the volume. So volume of cylinder is pi r square h. First of all, this is meters. So this is 150 centimeter multiplying by 100. This is 200 centimeter after multiplication by 100. So this is pi. This is r, which is 150. This is square into 200. So now, first of all, 150 into 150 into 200. That comes out to be 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros multiplying with 3.142. So multiplying with 3.142, this comes out to be 14139,000 centimeter cube. Calculate the number of toys that were made. What is the volume of one toy? The volume of one toy is 576.03. So therefore, 14139,000 divided by 576.03. Let me double check it again. Yes. And let me divide 576.03. This comes out to be 24545.5966. This is the leftover material. And this integer over here, 24545, that is the number of toys that can be made. Let's double check the answer. 24,500. Yes, the answer is given correct to 3 significant figures. So this is 1, 2, 3. This is the fourth one. So since 4 is lesser than 5, this is 24500. This is the answer. Since the answer is not exact, therefore, we have to round it off to 3 significant figures. That's how this